Some of those in the silver-haired community would say it's a great day for golf, and it is, don't get me wrong, but we say it's a great day for football, and the roof is wide open here in Glendale at State Farm Stadium. Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here between the Minnesota Vikings and the Arizona Cardinals. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Now on 2nd and 13. Murray. This one grabbed by A.J. Green. And he's out right at the 25. Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. Here's Murray. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. The Cards stringing together a couple of good pickups. It's another first down on that play. The Cardinals at 1-5, really struggling here to start the year. And they come in with fresh legs. They got the extra time off thanks to an early season open week.
And usually your hope is that your open week comes a little bit later in the year. But when you get a chance to get your fresh legs back, you have to take that time and run with it. And that's what they're trying to get done here.
And a really good show of force there as he gets through for 4 tough yards. This defense for the Vikings, they were terrific last week in the victory over Kansas City.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
Swinging this out for Pollard. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Murray now to throw. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Jordan Hicks. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. Throwing on 2nd and long. Murray. That is caught by Anderson. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 38-yard line. 23 yards to pick up there. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
On 2nd down, here's the option. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
When people talk about plays being blown up, that's exactly what they're talking about. That's Exhibit A for physical play.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. Play action. Now it's Murray. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 14. That's a 3rd down conversion to 24 yards there. Nice play. Well, on third down, he wanted to go to one of his most dependable targets, and that's who he found, his tight end there, to pick up the first, Charles.
And you use the proper word there, dependable, and sometimes spectacular, because tight ends nowadays, they can do it all. But they're the guys you trust, especially across the middle of the field where there's traffic. He delivers, and they pick up nice yardage.
And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the Vikings 17-yard line.
On play action, it's Murray. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Zadarius Smith, the outside linebacker, dropping him for a loss of 6. They'll make that a second sack here on their first drive out defensively, and not to get ahead of ourselves, but they're on pace for double-digit sacks at this point.
But they're going to have to find a way to tamp that down, aren't they? So if you're the play caller, you're telling your quarterback maybe some screens, maybe some draws, hard count, use your voice inflection a little bit, anything to try and slow that pressure down.
Cliff Kingsbury here on 4th down trots out the field goal unit. It's a 39-yard attempt, right hash. And his kick is indeed good, and that'll do it for the first quarter of play. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Very short kick taken right at the 20. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And this one is incomplete.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
Second and 10 now from the 27. Cousins gives way to Cook. Room here to run. And he will take this all the way down to the Cardinals' 38-yard line. It's a gain of 35. Even from up here in the booth, the play-by-play guy could tell that there was some pretty good blocking on the right side of the line.
But you have good eyes, and it's almost like a ballet when it's executed that well. Everyone in the right spot, everyone in sync, everyone hitting the perfect notes. A little more percussion and a lot more bass, I would think, than you get your normal ballet. But at the same time, that was well executed.
Open here, Adam Thielen. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, but he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, and that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the first down.
From the red zone now, Cousins. This is caught. And the Vikings are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. Cook. No signal, and now they say he did not get in. He is stonewalled at the 1. Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
They're right there at the 1. No gain, but don't let that stop you. Line back up and keep going at them. If I'm them, I'm thinking about going at it 4 straight times.
And that play's not going to get him in as he stops right at about the line of scrimmage. Cook. And Cook was fighting for it, but I don't think he got there. for it. Here's Cook. And not only will he not get in, he's going to lose yardage. They stuff him back at the 4. Cook turned away on 4th and goal. And this Cardinal defense comes up with a goal line stand. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. Coming off every player's friend, the open week from last weekend.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Even if you're coming off of a loss as they did, the open week is exactly what you need after you kind of get over it a little bit, right? Rest up the mind, rest up the body, get yourself ready to go. And they have to be eager to play again, especially since they lost the last time out.
Murray going to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. He's going to air it out deep for Green. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Lewis Cine. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there. Got a nice interception and set up their offense in great shape.
Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. Now 2nd and 9 from the 10. Throwing, Cousins. And Thielen's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Vikings have moved out in front. Joseph connects on the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe you give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, and still in the first half here, a long way to go. From the 29, Murray into the hands of his receiver, Anderson. That one a first down pickup of 8.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They fake the handoff, now Murray. That's going to be caught downfield by Anderson. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. will come in motion right. They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Meanwhile, Murray's throw is caught here by Anderson. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number one.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection.
It completes it once more to Anderson.
Touchdown! Robbie Anderson, 29 yards.
And the Cardinals will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half.
The extra point up and good. And the lead is now 10-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
From the 10.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30, right about the 29. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
On second down, Cousins again. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number one.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 41-yard line.
Again, it's Cousins. Throw left side on target to Thielen.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
So we reach halftime here in Glendale with the Cardinals on top. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play.
Well, not one you see often there as he fails to keep it between the sidelines, and that is a penalty every time, and going to give this offense better field position.
And it's every kickoff guy's nightmare, isn't it? Because you don't see yourself doing this, and most of the time you don't. It's absolutely a mishit, and now your team pays the price. Bad field position for your defense.
Going deep here for Watkins. And that is incomplete.
Well, I guess we just discovered that someone is certainly not going to sit back and just take it in this game, huh?
No, they were trying to get that touchdown back in one shot.
One shot, trying to help out his defense and let the other team know they were coming after him.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now Cook running right. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
And now here's a timeout defensively coming from the Cardinals. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. And the Cardinals, they trot out their dime package for 3rd down. To throw, Cousins.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Marco Wilson.
And they will score. It's a pick 6 for the Cardinals touchdown.
Well, Charles, just some visibly frustrated players and coaches on that sideline right now because those halftime adjustments didn't work. The turnover problems continuing here in the second half, and the defense now sitting pretty comfortably as a result of that pick 6.
I think that's a great observation, too, Brandon, because they did make adjustments at halftime. But how about this other group staying a step ahead despite whatever happened in that other locker room? No surprise they're leading, and it's appropriate that those defenders got to add to the lead directly.
Takes it at the 7. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Cousins to throw it. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
When you're running the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there's no space available, and incompletion as a result.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Cousins now.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Marco Wilson, and the Cards are going to take possession of the football.
First possession of the 3rd quarter and interceptions, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
That goes for 14 yards. 1st down, Cardinals. Going to run again here with Pollard. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
On 2nd down, it's Pollard. And he'll go down at the 28. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. The Cardinals set now to kick this one away, and off we go. From the 6. And able to get this out to the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
A second down throw for Cousins. He'll dump this off to Cook. And he is going to lose yardage here. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. To throw is Cousins. And incomplete on the deep ball.
We're into the second half now. This is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off.
And here's Ryan Wright now.
And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. Oh, and this turns into a mess as it's intercepted.
And the Cardinals are going to take possession of the football. So the fake punt, a daring call this deep in their own end, and the end result, certainly not what they were hoping for.
I have to admit I admire their daring, but I actually would like this play called better if it's between the 40s here. The problem is, even if the ball's not intercepted and it's just incomplete, you're still giving away half a field's worth of possession.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Pollard again. And he's going to be stopped just short of the first down marker at the Vikings' 15-yard line. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets them into a 3rd and 1 situation.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Trying to run for it with Pollard. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Tony Pollard with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals get another 3rd-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 24. The Cardinals set now to kick this one away, and off we go. From the 6. And he'll get to the 30-yard line before going out of bounds. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
In every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Now Cousins.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
Picked up by Josh Jackson.
And the Cards are going to take possession of the football. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores. But, yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. First down, Murray. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. Well, fourth quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Murray. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Robbie Anderson, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Cards look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. Extra point splits the uprights. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And just looking ahead, it would appear that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one. They'll probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And they'll send the tight end in motion left. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Cousins. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
On 3rd down, Cousins. He'll hit Watkins on the crossing route. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll be a gain of 16 for number 16. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Josh Jackson.
And the Cardinals are going to take possession of the football. But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals.
Well, he has been fun to watch throwing the football this way. He's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. They clean up on how to attack the defense and take them out of the game.
The Cardinals set now to kick this one away, and off we go. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers
you would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made.
And now here's another interception. Jalen Thompson picks it. And the Cards are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. And they've got the huge lead now. They have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. On play action, they'll throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it.
Trying to get it to Anderson, but it's intercepted.
Picked up by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks.
And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football.
Well, they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other. But it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Cousins. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away. That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Desperation time. Cousins on 4th down. Going to throw right side here. Complete.
And he is going to pick up the Vikings' 1st down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive.
No reason not to try it there. And they do indeed convert on 4th.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Now Cousins. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. He's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On 2nd down, Cook. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key 1st downs and big runs.
They'll run with Cook. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. 2nd and goal from the 1. They'll run for it with Cook. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Cousins will try and throw. And this is caught, so they do get the 2. Still a very large deficit, but maybe something to feel a little better about. So they're able to throw it in for the 2-point conversion. And sometimes that can be a risky play, but they got it.
Yeah, you always have to be careful here because if you do get it intercepted, it's returned by the defense, that's 2 points for them. But he identified an open target and put it right on him.
Takes it at the 7.
And not a very good return at all, as he won't even get this back to the 15.
At their own 14-yard line.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started.
And it would appear that the open week a week ago came just at the right time as they have dominated the proceedings here into this fourth quarter.
And now the throw hauled in by Green. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards. Murray's going to look to throw this thing. He's going to air one out for Anderson. And that's caught inside the 35.
And they'll work this down inside the 30.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. On play action, it's Murray. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Harrison Smith.
And the Vikings are going to take over at their own 2-yard line.
Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the 4th quarter, trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave them with a 2nd and just a few inches left. The Vikings going to signal for their first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. So not quite out of danger just yet. Still backed up a bit, but only need a few inches here on 2nd down. He's going to let it fly.
Yeah, he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one going to fall incomplete.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
3rd and short yardage. Cousins. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. Gets it out quickly here to the left flank. And he's out right at the 25. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Josh Jackson, and they will score. It's a pick 6 for the Cardinals touchdown.
Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Carter hoping to hold a nice little spot in the postgame highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap one.
Now this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this? And now here's another interception.
Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And the Cardinals are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line.
The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really...
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were.